Our next presenter is going to be Ms. Liz Margolies.
Hi. I am the founder and executive director of the National LGBT Cancer Network, and I wanted to tell the personal story that led to my founding this organization. For 15 years, I played tennis every Thursday at 1 o'clock because I'm a psychotherapist also, so we have weird hours, with another psychotherapist. And we'd spend half the time hitting the balls in Central Park and the other half of the time collecting the balls at the net and getting to know each other really well. And I deeply admired her. And she was a far more advanced therapist. And we played through my 9th month of pregnancy. I would go to the net and say, "He's not speaking yet. Do you think there's anything wrong?" And she would say, "Just relax." We went through everything together. And one day at the net, she said she had this weird pain. And yeah, she always had that weird pain. She always had it. And then she told me one day at tennis that she'd been diagnosed with ovarian cancer. And I was devastated. She said, "We are still playing tennis. I live for tennis." And we played for the next 2.5 years through chemo, where I couldn't recognize her because she would show up bald with a baseball hat or a different hat every time. We played through the recurrence of her cancer, and we played up until 6 weeks before she died. And during those 2.5 years, I had 2 other friends be diagnosed, also lesbians, be diagnosed with ovarian cancer. And then another friend was diagnosed and died. That makes 4. And these were not just 4 people I knew and cared about. These were 4 of my favorite people on the planet. And one of them was going to be the person who took care of my child if anything ever happened to me. And she died before me. And I began to wonder, is this just coincidence? 4 lesbians with ovarian cancer? What are the odds of that? How could this have happened, that I lose all of these people? And it turns out that it's not really coincidence, that as a group, LGBTQ people have increased cancer risks, usually as a result of behaviors that we engage in as a reaction to the discrimination that we face, like increased smoking rates, drinking rates, drug use, eating problems, high-fat diet, high body mass index, not having a biological child before age 30, and we have lower insurance rates as a group, so we avoid the healthcare system because of discrimination or fear of discrimination. 1 out of 5 transgender people has been turned away from a healthcare provider simply because they were trans. So that when the cancer is found, it's more likely at a later stage when the prognosis is worse and the treatment is more complicated. Then once people are diagnosed with cancer, they're thrust into the system. They may have avoided doctors their whole lives, but this is now life and death, and most people just jump in. And people who've been out their whole lives leap back into the closet. As one man said, the only good hospital near me, this was not somebody in New York City, was a Catholic hospital, and I couldn't take the chance that the homophobic doctor would leave some of my lesions behind, or the homophobic nurse would make me wait longer for pain medication. So I went to every appointment by myself. And, well, I could go on and on, but I am working to change this for our people through a variety of ways. First, to educate the LGBT community about our increased cancer risks and the importance of screening and early detection. And second, to educate providers to offer more safe and welcoming and culturally competent care. Because I can't encourage our people to go see doctors if I'm not doing something with my other hand to help them have the better chance of having a better experience. And then we're advocating for LGBT inclusion in national research, cancer organizations, and the media. So I think at this point it is a radical act to take care of your body and to eat well and to move and to think about your health because, as Audre Lorde said, we weren't meant to survive. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Liz. Thank you so much.